I actually reincarnated as a 3-year-old cutie, and not only that but I also became the established leader in my past life. I was the Grand Sword Emperor who climbed to the top of the peak, a sword immortal who wanted to climb. I had nothing but pinnacle ants in my eyes. Unfortunately I was betrayed by my good friend and ambushed by 300 immortals, and luckily my pride was ruined. I had a secret that I could not share my soul with, was able to do and preserve my memories, but the person who called my spiritual mind was my soul actually encountered the remaining soul of a 3-year-old sweetheart. I pinched the boy's chubby cheeks and said, "What a lovely fellow coming to seek my help. You are so young yet you have such big grievances. A few days ago hundreds of evil cultists attacked the sect and seized the sect treasure. They quickly broke through the mountain formation and immediately killed everyone." The boy explained that my father was the sect master who was also the strongest cultivator to protect the sect. He forcibly used his occult arts, as a result of which his true essence flowed backwards. His cultivation base was 3 hours expired within, and even his life is coming to an end after the essence war. My father voluntarily gave up his position as the sect's master, but someone took this opportunity and forced me to drink poison. Forced, then this is the case. Poor, it seems that fate has tied you and me together. Just leave it to me. Since then I was reincarnated as a 3-year-old child, and this time everyone wants that I become sect leader because they think I'm young and easy to manipulate for my own gain. I've seen all kinds of situations before. These scoundrels don't deserve my attention. Even down the disciples are also unhappy that a 3-year-old child is their sect leader, and they make fun of me. Rely on cuteness to kill enemies in the future. Now the most important thing is to establish my authority. Disciples stood up, but one of the girls was mesmerized by my adorable look and looked at me with a loving expression. "What is the elder's current status of this act?" Reports to the leader of the youth sect. Although the area has been spared from trouble, but its vitality has been greatly damaged. There is still a lot of work to be done both inside and outside. Many of the major peaks in the pool of eternal heaven have been destroyed, and the 13 sect elders are dead along with countless disciples. Hi Jody B, now how do we save this act? SEC Master, please decide. Then the old man signaled to his subordinates, and the disciples below started creating ruckus and urged me to come. A solution was quickly found. That the old man wanted to create an atmosphere of anger to take advantage of me and use me as their puppet. But how could I know their thoughts before replying as uncle or you young? SEC Master, this old man is everlasting sect. Elder Chojin Chi replied that Uncle Chio is amazing to have survived such a devastating war. If only my father was so amazing that he didn't hear the injured disciples and finally realized that something was wrong. What is right? Exo Jinchi's cultivation is inferior to the previous sect master. How could he be the only one who survived the onslaught of the evil cultivators? Uncle Chio's expression became furious as he explained to the younger sect master, "What you were saying, that my cultivation is no match compared to the previous sect master. It was only during the war site because I was carrying out injured disciples, so I was not injured. This kind of nonsense can only fool children. That how can I believe I'm reborn? I gave an Oscar-winning performance and said, Uncle chill, I didn't mean to ask, please don't stare at me like that, I'm scared," and burst into tears. A small sect master should take on such a huge responsibility that we should give our full support. Why are you being so aggressive? He is just a child. Feeling that the situation was not good, Elder Chalk quickly explained that I don't mean that. The people behind him said, "He's right, Elder Chill, what are you planning?" It was time for me to perform again. I wiped tears from the corners of my eyes and said, "Please everyone, Elder Chill, don't blame saying so only for sect. My father said that the sect is everyone's home. I believe that everyone here will play a role to help in this task." A chubby person was excited and she said, "Yes, I agree that the previous sect master had just used up all his cultivation. Maybe his mother also turned pale overnight and is now in a state of shock. How to lose a child at such a young age should be pitiful, but now he has to hold the position of the sect's guru at the mercy of 3 people. The year-old child is not." I was quite surprised by his speech, that this person is really trying to help this fat, really able to deal with problems. That chubby person, Shojin Chi, are you trying to go against us? Suddenly with a loud bang she tore off her clothes, revealing wounds everyone present on her body with Chio. Ching Chi was shocked. "These are all my injuries." Your Chojinchi panicked. He really panicked. That's when his brain-dead disciple went out and said that the master's cultivation is high. When against 3 people with demonic cultivation he didn't get it. Got hurt? Is it also wrong if we are talking about injuries? I have wounds on my body too. Just because you have a scratch on your little finger that counts as an injury? It seems already Cho Jin-chi is healed. Speechless, my stupid disciple, he thought to himself. The crowd felt like they were being humiliated by this idiot and started showing their battle scars. Meanwhile, I was silently watching this good show. The stupid disciples said it's too embarrassing to let people take off their clothes in public. Jinichi secretly thought that this plot is not right. Why is the situation developing in this direction? The current situation is completely unfavorable to me. September question. Show Jin cheat. I ask you, I know that your cultivation is high, but it is not as high as our sect leader, right? You don't pay any attention to fight, or are you trying to run away from the fight? Do you know what a serious crime it is? Shia Jinchi thought, why am I getting threats from these three people? Normally they can't even go against my words. Shouldn't I be the one threatening them today? A sect member master said to me, small sect, don't be afraid, we are all with you. Be courageous. And ask him why he was not injured at all. After a moment's thought, I quickly nodded in agreement. Uncle Chio, I didn't speak yet when Cho Jin-chi stopped me in the middle and started acting. That day I was trying to help all the disciples to leave, so I didn't use my sadhana to fight because I was afraid that the disciples would get hurt if it was a misdemeanor. Counts as so, please punish me accordingly. You're playing this game with me, you're too inexperienced, I mumbled. Uncle Cho's words make sense. Do I punish or not? Cho Jin-chi continues his act. Good. Bad. This old man is ready to get punished. His old man is ready to get punished, so please don't be easy on me. I smiled and said, okay Uncle Joe, then I will punish you. Face the wall and will reflect for 3 years. Chao Jingqi began to doubt whether he heard me wrong on this point. Shou Jingqi panicked and said, wait a little, Sect Master, what are you talking about? I didn't mean young Sect Master. Before he finished speaking, I closed my eyes and fell asleep. Even if you were a 3-year-old child, how can you sleep? Don't act like other elders said. Right after you mentioned that the order is over high, it can't be taken back. Shojin Chi, what's there to hesitate? Go and get your punishment. Shut up, young sect master is sleeping, don't wake him up. You said you were ready to get punished, now you take your words back. Want to take? Okay, you guess what you just said. Now we are all in a trap. That's why I slowly opened my eyes and said, Uncle Chio, it is okay to get punished even if you don't want to. After all, I am still young. What I did said he can't be trusted completely. Shiojichi realized that this young man has been acting since the beginning to punish me. I can't imagine a 3-year-old child would be so good at acting. I became a fool. My defense broke, and I believe this sentence is okay. This brat is so brazen, such a good actor like my father. I will give this sentence. SEC Master, see your position. How long does it take to listen to people? Attendee shows hostility to Jinichi. Looked at and said, Shou Jin-chi, what are you talking about? Are you doubting the youth sect master? Young SEC master is so cute, why are you slandering him? How come I didn't know before he was such an inhuman person? Where is the law enforcement? Brings Elder Cho to the reflection rock. I believe he will enjoy it there. In 9 cultivation level, no one can go against master when there is a chance. Why not just kill this little one and become sect master? It seems I have to help my master as a genius. I saw him interrupted and said, if I remember correctly, your uncle has chosen the disciple. Should you also go to the reflection if you are not injured? Cliff, he immediately became furious and said, who gave you the courage to say that you really think you are SEC master? Now seeing his audacity, 2 elders attack Kiching, who block him with their fan. My little children, what you want against Qingdong? Are you making fun of us for not having manpower? And I was surprised and said that he and the elder are so strong, only 2 levels apart. A girl nearby was surprised and said, that little SEC master, you shouldn't be too worried. Our sect only wants you as an elder. Chio Jinji, who joined the fight and knocked back the elders who were already injured, and then came to me with a stoic face and picked me up and said, even if your father sees this scene he can't get angry. I cried and said, if uncle wants to kill me then do it, but don't hurt others. Can you see me thinking about others in front of danger? Ho can establish my authority and solve the problem at the same time. My acting skills are on top. I shouted again loudly, Father, you are here. A cold wind blew and showed that Jin Chi suddenly felt a chill down her spine, which was actually pretending to be someone else. It could actually be Jiang Yun. His cultivation loss was fake. I smiled and said, the elderly, think about it, I'm just a kid. How can my dad let me take his place? Shojin, my mind raced as he tried to figure out what was going on. He turned to his stupid disciple and said, little Ching, follow me up to the reflection rock. Then he gently put me down and carefully cleaned me. The master of the sect When I was going before it, Shia grabbed his disciple and ran away. As Chojinchi ran away, I shed a mouthful of blood and fell on the ground. It was the fifth poison palm, so he ran so fast he ate the poison. Li, a young sectmaster, such a cruel act. They will all be punished if this news spreads. The three elders said. They rushed to check on me. It hurts. The third uncle, am I going to die? I didn't worry. Young SEC master weakly. Although my cultivation is the lowest, my healing ability is one of the best. Even if I have to use all my cultivation, I will do my best to cure you. Old show, I will. One day I will catch you alive, eat your flesh and wear your skin, said the third elder. In fact, it was not Chojin-chi who wounded me. I manipulated my pulse and forced myself to spit blood. And even left a palm mark on my body. I intended to wrap up the situation well, but I didn't expect these people to show me such concern. Let the old man play with this body now. The interesting thing is that this energy follows me here. The energy that I used to scare that old man was in my previous life. Even if I released a little bit of energy, I could have killed Chio Chin-chi, but now I can only use the power of the mysterious place to scare him. Although this body doesn't have that much power, so whatever I say is just sigh. I can't do anything about it now. I'll need myself first to strengthen. Even though it is only a small part of my old power, it can still help protect the people below. I slowly opened my eyes and said, ah, it feels so comfortable. Like the third elder, help me heal my injury. Wait, this feeling, what's not right? I feel a heavy pressure coming on me from behind. I turned my head and saw he shuddered. To help me urinate, he said softly. Since we returned from the palace you are in a coma. I was afraid you would wet the bed, so I was helping you control your urine. As soon as I realized what was happening, I unbuttoned my pants Yutri and was about to run away, but Shingar stopped me, saying, why are you ashamed? Didn't I help you? Same thing before today. Also, I quickly refused. No, I can do it myself. Then I accidentally touched Shingar's arm and saw that he had no pulse. When I asked him about it, Shina was shocked and replied, young SEC master, how do you know this strange body? No pulse, no heartbeat, no Katie. I asked if it was my father who ordered you to stay by my side. Shingar continued, the old sect master had long ago traveled the world and he found me who was left in the fields. After bringing me back, secretary master found that my body was not suitable for sadhana. Probably I have worst body in my life. I will not be able to do cultivation, but now for old sect guru Shingar can take care of you, so I am already very happy. In memory of younger, it is true that she was taking care of him carefully when the sect was attacked. They depended on each other. I thought to myself that if I could help Shingar enlighten and cultivate together, we can bridge the gap between the upper and lower realms together into the realm of the immortals. Beyond ordinary people's imagination, I saw with my own eyes the chosen one who reached the Yuan-Yen realm in just 1 day and left the body in 3 days. I've attended for thousands of years in the lower realm cannot even be compared to the 3-day cultivation of the chosen one. The history books say that their eye is a kind of body, which if not enlightened, the body is like that of the dead, and they, although they are enlightened, they progress at a high rate and have no enemies to compete with. The very rare secret concentrated body Wuji Sect back mountain Jiang Yun was practicing within the 8 spheres, igniting the magic circle. Suddenly there was a loud bang. It still doesn't work. This magic backlash is so great that it's only been 5 days and I've already dropped from Chuqiao to Yuanin. Even when I used my ancestors' magic circle, it didn't restore my magic power. I'm afraid after 3 days I'll be back to a human. Shang Yun said. Shang Yun asked the subordinate how Ziki is. The subordinate replied, reporting to the master, the young master is fine. In fact, he is doing better than we expected, although this would be the only doubt that the young behind the master there is a professional helping him. A professional? What do you mean? The day that Jinichi entered the palace, this lowly person was preparing to act, but I didn't think there would be someone more professional, and only with his magnificence did he scare Chio Jinchi. The only thing that could scare Chio Jinchi could only be a high-level professional. I didn't interfere in Shu Chao area. Where did this Chu Chao area come from? Could it be that some casual cultists are keeping an eye on my sect foundation? The situation is still controllable with only one Shou Jin Chi, but if there is another master situation outside, the body will be completely uncontrollable. After that you must pay close attention to the movements of the young masters and report to me. No matter what happens, the foundation of the Wuji Sect must not fall into the hands of treacherous people outside Wuji Sect. Shingar sat down on the steps and asked, what is that secret concentrated body that young master mentioned? I have never heard about it from the previous sect master. At this time I am only practicing. When a deity passes the test stage completes Then they will rise to godhood. Now I need to come back to my original self in a state of sadhana and first go through a big circle to help Shankara become enlightened. As simple as imparting some energy. Original sword, pure sun sword. This reincarnation, not only the mystical imprint is still there, but even my original sword body is not lost. In my previous life I was born with a sword, but was born, even if it was placed in the upper realm, a terrifying body that is rare to see in 10,000 years. This nature rules, chaos, fire and water, heaven and earth. Origin of the pure sun with a sword. Prove my cultivation. A sword can beat the sky, but this is how I walk the path. I've walked in my past. No, I want to walk the path that's mine. Darkness is like the sound of ancient Zen, and it's a god is also like a whisper. The so-called path of simplicity is just a sea of bitterness. The breaking of the sword of origin is a sea of bitterness. Will the sea of bitterness remain endless, or will it be cut again? The sword of origin will be cut again. I remember now. I am the sword master. Jiang Zizhi. Pyrian sword body. Wuji Sect. Current SEC master. Shingar outside the door saw me enter the mythical state of enlightenment beyond belief at the age of 3. At this time I only practiced for a few minutes, and only a broke 10 small worlds in the breath. The Wuji Sect. In the restaurant everyone's talking about me becoming the head of the Wuji Sect at the age of 3. It's really funny, and falling from second grade seconds to the bottom of the section, this time with enchanting figures. 2 girls are walking on the mountain. It is better to be bored on the road all day than to take a walk down the mountain. But the Wuji Sect, she is not the great sister Han. Try this candied hawthorn, it is delicious. Don't think that buying me candy hawthorn will make you go around. Don't forget what we came here for. Okay, now the time has come for the Wuji Sec to change hands. We are here to congratulate the new head of the Wuji Sect. And to find out the truth. You idiot, shut up quickly. You, how can you say the order of the master casually? Why are you more talkative than the master? Sister. At this time sky suddenly changed. Elder sister, quickly look, what is this? Calamity cloud. There are such powerful people in the Wuji Sect. Calamity cloud means as long as one can overcome this calamity he can raise the level. But another situation is where the farmers on the other side want to become immortal after overcoming this tribulation. Just at this moment countless thunderbolts fell from the sky and everyone fell to the ground afraid to move, which made the girl almost scared that she wet her pants. Who would have thought that someone would be a great expert in tribulation period in the Wuji Sect if he wants to go on a killing spree? I fear that within 1,000 miles everything will turn to dust. At this moment I am in a state of enlightenment, and of the thunderbolt immediately destroyed the house. Luckily I activated the energy shield and protected Shinger. Oh God, are you jealous of my talent and about to eat to get rid of me? Smashing 10 small lokas in succession and a single breath. It only takes a few minutes to solidify a foundation in heaven. Doesn't envy me, and who will? Maybe I should go somewhere else, or my Wuji Sect may not exist on the other side. 2 other SEC disciples flying on their swords toward the Wuji Sect. Going on, don't know what kind of craziness your brother has, but he actually asked us to come to the Wuji Sect to celebrate. What does a mediocre sect like Wuji Sec mean? We're coming like they speak. We're senior brother. Look what that calamity cloud, it seems it is in the direction of Wuji Sect. I wonder who Cinder chose to undergo tribulation in Wuji Sect. It's just a pity the thunderbolts have descended and Wuji Sect no longer exists. No, but seeing a second disappear in the thunder tribulation is worth seeing with our own eyes. Our sect does not yet have a master senior brother in tribulation times. It seems that the cloud of tribulation has grown bigger now that you let's mention it. It seems a little bit big. Oh my God, it's coming towards us. We're going to die. Junior brother Ron, I'm sorry guys in front, can you please make up? Like all of a sudden I got a thunderbolt and these 2 Ding Chan the temple disciples were running around trying to avoid the thunderbolt. Luckily they were quick enough to escape the disaster. But also the protective talisman that my set leader had given me, lose. Senior brother, was destroyed. High Wuji Sect great expert who went through tribulation. Why look like a child at this time? I am not happy. Do you have any manners? I am not ready yet. You don't see there are other people here. If innocent people get hurt, so what will? Xiaolu look puzzled. That is the easiest way to return to youth. I never thought I would see the ascension of a great master in my lifetime, and I am so excited that I can hardly contain it. With the ascension of a brother, may this continent have gained another supreme emperor. This time a heavenly thunder did not stop but only grew louder and stronger until it finally condensed into the rumored immortal calamity. Almighty farmers must survive the 3 calamities. The first disaster is to avoid the human hood when a thunderbolt will either lose its soul or become a saint. The second disaster is a moral disaster. It is preparation to ascend to the upper realm. Rumor has it that there are 9 paths and a moral disaster, and each path after the passage of the 9 paths the power will double. One will completely move out of the physical body and fly to the realm of God. I was feeling arrogant. I have a great place, let's see if you can cut it. So with a flash I appeared behind them. No problem, I'll take you 2 poor people with me. Just as I was about to take them away, there was a jolt of lightning. Here I am passing my tribulation, but I almost harmed. Please don't blame me. And now in their eyes I was like a god. How can we dare to blame you, senior? It's just that our cultivation is not good enough and we didn't give you this time. Put into trouble. The third thunder tribulation was gathering. It seems that the senior's decision to choose this place was a wise decision under heaven. Only the Wuji Sect would not grieve if it was destroyed by the heavenly thunder. You know what happened to the Wuji Sect? They were targeted by the evil sect, and the one sect leader that was nearly wiped out was also seriously injured. Do you know how old the new sect leader is? He only 3 years old. They are actually a 3-year-old kid beat a sect leader. I had a black line on my face. It doesn't matter if I can climb or not. I just wanted to see my strength and the area I can climb. I was the senior. He is really powerful. I don't know if the senior needs a disciple to take care of things for you. Even if he is just a servant, I am willing to serve you all my life. Will I may know how I should address you in the future. I will definitely make it my goal to make you try and work hard in your cultivation. I'm SEC Master of Wuji Section Palace of Jiang Zizhi, the Great Shou Dynasty. What a great god! It really steps into the arena of our Great Shou Dynasty, overcoming disaster and ascends. My god, it's a great auspicious sign. What a great situation to be able to overcome disaster. Since then this palace will be blessed. This is the 4th rite. I wonder if he can cross the 9 calamities and ascend. If he wants to live in the world, even if he wants half of my kingdom. What if inside God Palace? How even a masked old man is watching everything already. The 8th, yes master, I didn't expect we'd see the 9 disasters again. I wonder if this disaster the master is going through is good or bad. I really hope the 9th way goes down quickly. Whether it is ascended or at least destroyed, this world will be clean. You are wounding. It is starting to hurt again. If it is an evil god, so I will use all my cultivation to stop it. This time the thunder tribulation unexpectedly disintegrated countless thunderbolts, and then they unexpectedly condensed into one thunder dragon. This is the 9th of the 9 tribulation. The 9, the thunder of heaven. Thunder tribulation disasters seem to want to destroy everything soon. Dragon load down. And God, I stuck my fingers. It's so noisy. You can stop for a moment. At this moment disaster unexpectedly of Dingchan Temple. The 2 disciples stopped, surprised that the thunder stopped. That was a disaster. I never thought there could be such a powerful spell in the world. Not only did it absorb all the thunder, but it disappeared in an instant, and not even the gods could not know that a remarkable cultivation level. All things in the world cannot escape the control of the gods, yet you seniors can manipulate them as if they were in the palm of your hand. Just a little trick to escape. The truth is I'm only a 3-year-old set leader of a dwindling small section. You guys say it's not like I saw them both bow down and 180 degrees to me apologizing. We were wrong. I burst out laughing, just scaring you. But what you saw today shouldn't be leaked. Rest assured we won't remember anything when we wake up. I saw they both raised their fists. Are you ready? Then with a bang they punched each other and left. Hey, isn't that a little bit? Just promise me I won't tell anyone why we have to do this thing. I have to go back to the Wuji section. They will be in chaos with such a big event. Meanwhile everyone was kneeling at the feet of the Wuji Sect. The ground is over. What a big shot. Let us go. Did the ascension succeed or fail? Hurry up and contact the section. Generous gifts in the Wuji section bring. In addition, some people wanted to marry the younger sister as well. The 2 scared women slowly stood up for the sister. Did that really appear to be a big shot in that little Wuji Sect? Anyway, because of the Wuji section everyone survived. But what about the gifts? A senior sister looking at her with a smile. Looking at her with a mischievous smile. Why are you looking at me like that, seeing your sister? This was another Wuji sect faced with invasion and murder by evil cultists. Have to do it later. This time I teleported into the room. Young master, chaos has broken out. There has just been such a big rumble that the Wuji section is almost destroyed. I heard that someone was passing the crisis in the Wuji section. I know. Is that later? Go and call the 3 elders. I have an important matter to discuss. Before the words even fell, the 3 elders burst in and through the door. Did the robbery thunder just hurt you, young master? Your blood and the energy is flowing smoothly. It seems that the 5 poison fanfare has already ended. You rest the disciples under the stream that the person who crossed the robbery was my master just now, the emperor who crossed the robbery was really the young master was. Are you all crazy? Can't you just walk right through the door? Are the doors and windows against your complaint? Does this make the situation more urgent? A great show secret letter from the royal family has arrived. People are too, even if the Xian sect was sent when someone hurt them in a second and the three elders were shocked. I have been reborn as a 3-year-old child now. I can proudly say that I am the top brother in the nearby sections outside the gates of the Wuji Sect. There are already crowds of people. The gift givers are coming one after another. Even the rooms are filled to capacity, and I'm also hosting a grand feast within the section at this moment. The two girls sitting across from here looking at the senior sister from the Huan sect. I didn't expect them to come too. The renowned elder exquisite from the Huan sect. I didn't expect her to be here as well. There is a saying in the rivers and lakes that it is better to marry a brothel wife than to provoke an acacia girl. They are experts in charm techniques. No matter your cultivation level you will be charmed by them. Not only that, their intelligence gathering capabilities are extraordinary as well. They can even infiltrate the royal family of the great Shou dynasty. Senior sister, this elder exquisite have any connection with our exquisite sect? No, she doesn't. They are just a group of licentious people showing off their lust. If they have the ability they can try me. Master, please lower your voice. It will be bad if people hear you. I am at the 9th level of the godly realm. How could I be afraid of a woman judging from her cultivation? I'm afraid she's only in the early stage of the aperture realm. Senior Chowsi, since all guests are here it's better not to start a conflict. Let's give them some face and have some tea soon. After the elder from the Huan sect came to the side of the old man. He praised the old man. Hey senior, who has advanced cultivation and possesses peerless skills, how could I compare with you? We are just looking for a foothold in this troubled world, and I hope that senior can take care of us. It's still considered flattery coming from you, little girl. It's a pity that the senior feels inferior to the elders in the eyes of the juniors. Only the position of the sect head is worthy of you. Haha, this little girl speaks so pleasantly. Although I also feel worthy of the position of Seth head. Just as the old man was laughing heartily, his disciple interrupted him. The old man was suddenly startled. What happened just now? Damn, how dare you mock me? You made me reveal what was on my mind at this moment. I also make a dazzling appearance. Everyone is here and my little Uchi sect is shining brightly. Greetings, new sect master. The girls see me, such a cute little child. Instantly infatuation surged up. Then everyone quickly stood up and greeted me. Wow, everyone's cultivation is so high it seems that there is no one below the aperture realm. You are all my seniors, so you don't need to do this. Get up quickly. At this moment the beautiful woman from the Haiwan sect couldn't believe it. This cultivation level, why does it look like the heartbeat realm? But he is only 3 years old. That's the imprint of the gathering of 3 flowers. That explains how a 3-year-old is in the heartbeat period. 3 flowers gather at the top and a moral physique. It is also extremely rare in the fairy world. Those with this physique can sense special auras and have dozens of times the speed of cultivation. Jian, he really is your child. What a surprise. Just at this moment she actually disappeared in front of me. It turns out this beauty came to the back mountain of the Wuji Sec to meet my father. It is already an honor for everyone to come here when the Wuji sect is in great trouble. Keep this kindness in your heart. The Sec master uses milk instead of wine to toast to all of you. Then everyone started to flatter me and I transformed into actor. What's the use of talking nicely? I don't like any of the things you gave me. As soon as this statement came out everyone was speechless. Sheener next to me laughed secretly. Little Sec master is so straightforward, but the gifts these people brought were really petty. Just at this moment you show an elder from the Godfire sect suddenly stood up. Sec master John, those are just appetizers. A good gift is of course hand delivered. I'm Yusho, the elder of the Shinho sect. I came to make friends with the Wuji sect in the name of the sect master. I quickly asked, then what good things conditional sect bring? Elder Yusho from the Godfire sect then took out a Millennium Blood Ganoderma. This thing is the Millennium Blood Ganoderma lucidum taken out from the eternal blood pool, and the vitality is still there. As long as it finds a suitable place it can still grow here. Hearing that the vitality is still there I was also very excited. The effect of the blood Ganoderma lucidum, I don't think I need to talk too much, right? It's still alive. This group of mortals only know the treasure of the blood Ganoderma, but they don't know that the most rare thing is that the vitality is still there. Using the law of time in the mysterious space I can easily turn it into 10,000 years or even 100,000 years. This thing contains violent blood energy, and directly swallowing it can improve at least 3 levels of cultivation. If other medicines are assisted to refine the pill, you can directly break through a realm. Uncle Yu, I like your gift very much. This gift is great for Shinger, but just at this moment a young man suddenly stood up saying that he wanted the blood Ganoderma and mocking that I, a little child, was not worthy of possessing such a thing before I was reborn as a 3-year-old cutie. I was at least the sword venerable of the immortal world. I didn't expect that today I would be insulted by a cultivator of a lower realm. His small punk arrogantly said, this blood Ganoderma is of great use to me. I advise you to behave. If I am angry, the one in trouble is your Wuji Sect. I looked displeased and said, holy are the lower world cultivators that arrogant. Whose kid is this stupid? I am the 8th generation disciple of the lone sword god Shanyuan Chen. I don't care about the sword god. How can my stuff be taken by you? With just one sentence, Sheen or muttered to herself on the side, how arrogant. This is outrageous. No wonder he has such an attitude. He is the disciple of the sword goblin fawn. If I was in the peak of out body stage at 15 years old, I might be more arrogant. I asked in confusion, is this long sword god that powerful? Sheena explained fearfully, the world's first sword god, one of the many geniuses of the imperial realm, aloof and murderous. He only takes in a disciple every 300 years. At present he has already taken in 8 disciples, but do you know why everyone is saying that? Xin Yuan Chang is his only disciple. He takes in a disciple every 300 years. After 300 years he will duel with his disciple. Winner lives and the loser dies. The rules are that simple, and Dogu sword god has won 7 rounds in a row, which also means he has single-handedly killed 7 of his disciples. How weird. I like it. I am ahem. All of you don't be so gossipy in a public place. So what did your master not teach you? Not to touch other people's belongings. Have you never heard of propriety, justice and integrity? The girl on the side laughed and said, senior sister, this small sect master is quite protective of his belongings, but everyone present is no match for Xin Yuan Chang, who can do anything about him. Xin Yuan Ching looked proud. I know that this item is very precious. I can give you some pills to improve your cultivation better than wasting it in your hands. I wave my hand. So what if I use it to cook a soup? I just don't want to give it to you. Piss you off? What you are relying on is only your transitional period cultivators backing my masters of the same cultivation level. Do you think that he will go against the legendary sword god just for you? Stop dreaming. Do you think all of these people are here to make friends with you? They just want to fawn on the powerful master. Don't take yourself too seriously, kid. Why do you want to say such things out loud? Everyone already knows it in their heart, but just does not want to say it out. Only no wonder all the gifts sent by everyone are so casual. So this is why, small sec master, we are all earnestly congratulating you. This is not only a precious blood spirit mushroom, this is also full of my god fire sect sincerity. Then disciples from various sects stood up and said that their sect also had treasures to offer. It's my turn next. Please have a clear look. Little sect master, my eyes sparkled. Is it true? Is everyone sincere? That's great. Shinger, remember all the gifts they just mentioned. This blood Ganoderma is a gift that the old one offers to Wuji Sect. If I take it back, where's our face? There's a reason why I want the blood spirit mushroom. When my master traveled around the 9 provinces, he was once attacked by 10 peak combined body stage cultivators. Although my master killed all of them, he also lost his essence blood and has not yet been able to heal 10 great combined body stage cultivators, all killed by him. What kind of unbelievable cultivation is this? If he has this blood spirit mushroom, I dare not say his cultivation will improve further, but at least the loss of essence blood can be made up. This is the reason. Is this kid stupid? He actually reveals such a secret. Give me the blood Ganoderma. Give me the blood spirit mushroom from Master Du Buffon. Sorry, although we respect old senior Dubu very much. As soon as the words were spoken, Xin Yuan Ching drew his sword, placing it at Yushio's neck. It must be said that God Fire Sect's elder Yushio is quite a tough person, refusing to yield even with a sword at his neck. On the other side, my father is actually chatting with the elder of He1's sect, and from their conversation it seems like they vaguely mentioned my mother. And in the Wuji Sect's main hall, Xin Yuan Ching shouted arrogantly, the audacity of God Fire Sect daring to refuse me. Are you not afraid of annihilation? Suddenly a voice came. What an audacious claim, to annihilate my entire section. Shan Yuan, you have a big mouth. Then with a swoosh 2 long swords flew towards Xin Yuan Chang from behind. Who dares to attack me? Would you dare to say those words in the sacred grounds? I looked at the ground. These 2 weapons seem familiar. At this moment 2 of my newly recruited junior disciples came to the rescue. Everyone was shocked. Lu Tao, the 2-finger deity, Enlantine jade-faced scholar. These 2 are famous disciples of Ding Chan Temple. Meanwhile, Xin Yuanqing, this little trash, is still shouting, mocking my 2 junior disciples. He advised them not to meddle in other people's affairs. This remark made the 2 of Them laugh heartily. I wonder where you get your sense of superiority from. You actually dared to show off in front of us. Oh my little brother, you're quite impressive. You let down your bangs and I almost didn't recognize you. My two little brothers are quite efficient. They managed to style their hair and rush here in such a short time. I asked Shinger what the sacred place they mentioned earlier was. It's a place that cultivators from all over the world aspire to go to. Let legend has that it's the place closest to the gods, and my two little brothers are quite knowledgeable about it. They walked forward and kneeled down to greet the Wuji Sect's leader. This scene shocked everyone. What level of existence is Ding Chan Temple? They actually kneeled before the leader of Wuji Sect. My little brothers were secretly delighted. Bunch of idiots. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, who would believe that this 3-year-old kid in front of me is the powerhouse they were talking about? The two of you came from a farce. Guests, please get up quickly. But this Xin Yuan Chang is really arrogant. He even dared to point his sword at them and threatened that whoever dares to stop him from taking the blood Ganoderma would bear the consequences. Then he emitted a golden light from his body that I have never seen before. Such an arrogant person. Everyone present was scared and sweating coldly. Then Xin Yuan Chen, this little trash, actually made the first move. Oh my god, it's Dugu's signature skill. Dawn. Today the blood Ganoderma is within my grasp. Take my sword. But when Ting casually blocked Xin Yuan Chang's attack with the in his hand, it's the great son of a Dramantra, Ding Chan Temple's top skill. It is said that many cultivators in the temple are unable to learn it in their whole lives. When Ting was afraid of damaging Wuji Sect's hall, so he invited Xin Yuan Chang to fight in the courtyard. Then the two of them flew towards the courtyard. Everyone was very excited and rushed to watch this rare battle, and I sat on Elder Chen's shoulder watching as my little brother, when Ting easily defeated Xin Yuanqing. Xin Yuanqing used his 3 ultimate skills, Sky Slaughter, Ghost Whistle and Phantom Slash, and attacked one Tang with a loud shout. When Ting summoned a golden belt that protected him from Xin Yuanqing's fierce attacks, leaving cracks on the bell. Not bad, little brother. But now watch my Dawn Wind and Waning Moon. I couldn't help but laugh at these over-the-top skills. Under Xin Yuanqing's full force attack, the golden bell finally shattered with a loud bang. As Xin Yuan Chang's sword was about to pierce from Ting's chest, he suddenly stopped. Why can't I move? When Ting approached him, slowly made breakout in cold sweat. Xinger transformed into a fangirl and said to Ting, you're really powerful and handsome. When Ting responded disdainfully, you only know that the great son of a draw mantra is a very strong defensive skill, but you don't know that it is also a domain skill. My cultivation can only allow my domain to be 1 foot in front of me. I am undefeated within 1 foot. This is an upper world skill. I once saw deity friend place his domain over an entire city, and with just a thought he could massacre the city despite being beaten. Xin Yuan Chang continued to be arrogant. How dare you act so arrogantly with your current strength today? Let me teach you a lesson on behalf of your master. Provoked Xin Yuan Chang seemed to have a terrifying existence sealed within his body. Oh, it's getting serious. A powerful seal in his body broke. Xin Yuan Chang's face twisted into a fierce expression and his whole body emitted a horrifying red aura. Aurora echoed throughout the Wuji Sect. Oops, I accidentally opened the restriction in his body. At this moment, my young man, full of fantasies, was very excited. Xin Yuan Chang actually has an ancient evil dragon sealed within him. So cool. Wait, something's not right. This aura is unfamiliar. I've never seen this kind of dragon before. Could it be that Senior Sword saying had some unexpected encounter somewhere? Sham Yuan Qing took a deep breath. Latao realized the situation was not good and quickly warned one thing to get out of the way. The next second, Shan Yuan Qing spewed out clumps of red flames from his mouth. I also felt a sense of impending danger and quickly summoned my protective treasure. I don't know if I can catch up in time. Is this guy a maniac? The power of these flames is on par with heavenly tribulation lightning. How to handle this? I can't stop it at all. With a bang, the flames exploded instantly. Damn it, did I still miss it? This is the little fanboy I just recruited. Seeing Wen Ting being swallowed by flames, Blue Tao, who was standing next to him, was stunned in place. No, this can't be true. It's over. The disciples of Ding Chan Temple are in trouble and our Wuji Sect were done for. After a moment, when the flames disappeared, Wen Ting surprisingly seemed to be unharmed. I looked puzzled. Who saved my little fanboy? Only a huge shadow appeared above the Wuji Sect. Wu Yang, heavenly deity, the righteousness of the earth and the heavens lives on you, evil demons and filth. Surprisingly, it is in Swan Taoist of Taiha Immortal Sect, but this skill seems to be infringing. You little trash, let me annihilate you with one finger. With a bang, Xin Yuan Chang was pressed tightly by the huge finger. Despite being crushed by others, the old man still arrogantly interfered in other people's business. I will tear you to pieces. Then with a Teleport. He broke free from the bondage and rushed towards Yin Xuan with all his strength. I am going to tear you in half today. You, a younger brother, dared to cause trouble in Wuji Sect. I will teach you a lesson. Yin Xuan slapped Xin Yuan Chenwei with one palm to be able to make me use the legendary skill of Taiho Immortal Sect. This will be the greatest glory of your life. Taiho Immortal Sects and Swans especially came to pay respects to the senior today. Then Yin Xuan deactivated the battle mode. Since someone helped me solve the trouble, I'll go out and greet them. The little SEC master is also from the Holy Land. Judging from his cultivation level, he is probably second only to your master who crossed the tribulation. Then Lutao helped one ting up. What happened just now? I originally wanted to use true words to educate him, but I didn't expect that there was a seal of an ancient evil dragon inside him. True words unexpectedly became the key to unlock the seal. How is this possible? Our Ding Chan Temple's secret technique. How did it become the key to unlock the seal? I secretly sneaked into the scripture pavilion and discovered the sealing technique while my master was in seclusion. This sealing technique is called the strongest on the earth because it requires the three sects to work together to cast it. Even if it's a god deity, it can also be sealed, and this seal can only be broken in one way, that is the Great Multiplication Heart Sutra of our Dingchan Temple. Are you saying that this person has a monster with a power close to a god sealed in his body? Luckily my cultivation is not enough, so I only managed to unravel a small part of the seal, otherwise today would have turned into a great disaster. When Ting Blue Tao, are you both okay? Thanks to Senior Yin Xuan for saving our lives. My friend and I are not seriously injured. That's good. If something had happened to you, I wouldn't be able to explain it to your master. Yin Xuan has reached the peak of the crossing tribulation stage, but I have never been able to penetrate this rotten game of chess to reach the celestial realm. I hope this senior will give me some guidance and clear up my confusion. So you have come to seek help. Well, I am the head of the Wuji Sect. The person who crossed the tribulation is indeed my master. What do you want to ask? Did you bring any gifts this time? If this senior can help me with my doubts, then this exquisite chess game here will be the gift. Wait a minute, isn't this the treasure that I threw into the moral realm when I ascended to the immortal realm in my previous life? I didn't expect this old man to get hold of it. In my previous life I was a peerless sword immortal who ascended to the immortal realm. When I ascended to the immortal realm with my sword and opened the door to heaven, I threw all my treasures into the moral realm just in case, including fragments of my divine consciousness. Now I have been reborn as a 3-year-old child with the help of these fragments of divine consciousness, and unexpectedly today I encountered the treasure that I threw into the moral realm. At this moment the teenager said, it's actually the treasure that guards Taiho Immortal Sect in Swan. You really have a generous gift, young master. Here is the law enforcement elder of Taiho Immortal Sect with profound cultivation, known as a divine immortal in the moral realm. I quickly praised in Swan while secretly making calculations in my heart. Yun Swan also modestly praised me for reaching the heart movement stage at the age of 3, saying that I will surely soar to the sky in the future. The teenage boy in his delusional face was surprised when he heard that I had already reached the heart movement stage. He exclaimed that if he had the exquisite chessboard to assist him, breaking through the heavenly gate in the future would no longer be difficult. I pretended to inquire about the origin of this chessboard. The teenage boy in his delusional face told me that it was approximately 1,000 years ago when a treasure from the heavens descended and caused various sects to compete for it. In the end the Ding Chan Temple seized the universe pearl and became one of the strongest sects in the Central Covenant. The Taiho Immortal Sect obtained the exquisite chessboard and became the #1 sect in the world. The Lord of the City of Heavenly Pride obtained those 3 rings and changed them into 3 pagodas for people to cultivate. Anyone who achieves a ranking in the once-in-a-decade Middle Kingdom Heavenly Pride ranking will be allowed to enter the inner cultivation, and the Heavenly Devil Sword fell into the hands of the evil sect of Holy Fire. Later on this backfired, as the Holy Fire sect's congregation had turned into bloodthirsty monsters and were besieged by several sects, causing them to retreat to the western death swamp. Presumably Taoist in Swan's cultivation technique was derived from the chessboard. Yes. But unfortunately my aptitude is mediocre and my comprehension is not even 1/10 of what's inside the chessboard. So I came to visit today with the intention of comprehending the chessboard along with the master of the young master. Uncle Yun, you've come at an inconvenient time. My master has gone into seclusion to cultivate after crossing the tribulation, and I don't know when he will come out. How about this, Uncle Ian? Let's talk in detail inside the hall. Then I led Ian Swan into the hall. Yun Swan asked his master at this moment, did he comprehend anything during the tribulation. I made up an excuse to avoid answering directly. Then I instructed Xing'er to serve TD and Swan and told her to stay by his side at all times. At this moment Swan was still guessing and even said that my non-existent master may have already refined into a divine body. At this moment Xing'er approached him. Swan realized that this maid was not ordinary. The ancient book, recorded in the body, unexpectedly contains the spiritual platform square inch. Those with this constitution can absorb spiritual energy into their bodies at any time, and the speed of absorption is almost 100 times that of ordinary people. This is definitely a cheat skill. Now even my spiritual energy is involuntarily being absorbed into her body. Once this woman steps into cultivation, she will definitely achieve a realm above the emperor's level, and ascend to the immoral realm in just a short moment. She has already used my spiritual energy as a foundation. He's really cunning, taking advantage of his small size and his big ambition. I understand now the cause of all this. Maybe this maid taking this child as a disciple is just to divert attention so that no one will notice this maid. Well, I'll just do a favor for the situation. On the other side, the great Zhou Emperor, accompanied by his barbaric daughter, arrived at the foot of the Wuji Sect's mountain. Then he instructed the national teacher with a task. Since ancient times, in order to prevent death, those who have crossed the tribulation would all rip off a piece of their divine sense. By finding the piece of divine sense, you can control the person. At the foot of the Wuji Sect's mountain, that a great Zhou national preceptor took out a very disgusting disc which made the great Zhou princess look disgusted. Then the old man started reciting an incantation to activate the disc, but the next moment the little ghost in the disc yelled, "Who's there hiding?" and sneaking around the hidden guard in the distance felt uneasy. This old man's perception is so strong. Before he could react, the old man appeared in front of him. The next moment, such fast speed, better retreat quickly. Then he used his own unique skill, Ghost Shadow Vanishing Step, and saw numerous clones scattering in all directions. The old man smirked and said, "Daring to show off your insignificant tricks in front of me?" A rope flew out from his long sleeve and directly tied up the hidden guard. "You really don't know your place. Dare to come and monitor us inside the Wuji Sect? I have been discussing some useless matters within Swan all along, just to let Sheena absorb more spiritual energy by his side." But at this moment Swan has a look of disappointment on his face and says, "Young master, I think some things should be done in moderation. Don't go too far nowadays." Xing'er has already advanced from the QI condensation realm all the way to the fusion realm. This is truly an incredible cultivation cheat. This old guy's spiritual energy is indeed pure enough. I didn't expect Xing'er to reach the fusion realm in such a short time. There's still a long way to go. Let's spare this old guy for today and let him recover first. Xing'er can absorb enough later. Xing'er, since Uncle Ian doesn't like you serving by my side, you should go back first. At this moment Swan finally breathed a sigh of relief. Finally gone. If he didn't leave, my spiritual energy would have been sucked dry. Xing'er, didn't you see that Uncle Leon's teacup is empty? Go refill it quickly. Upon hearing this, Swan made a gesture of refusal. Just in case, Swan directly smashed the teacup. "Mill need to trouble, young master. I'll quit drinking tea from now on." At this moment a voice came saying that the great Zhou dynasty's monarch has come to pay respects. Everyone else quickly left. Swan was also surprised to see the old man in front of him. "Elder son whispered to me saying that the monarch of the great Zhou dynasty has come personally, and we should take it seriously, so I told everyone in the hall that the monarch has come today for an important matter, and I won't keep you all." Everyone left tactfully. Then I grabbed Swan's hand and asked him to accompany me. "You are truly cute. All right, I'll go with you, but let me remind you, young master, people in the imperial city are best at playing mind games no matter what conditions they propose later. Be cautious, don't agree to anything." When I saw the great Zhou dynasty's emperor coming to visit, my two little fans were also confused. Why did the Shin Yuan Quansu also come? "I am the current sect leader of Wuji Sect. I suppose your majesty also came to look for my master, right?" "Unfortunately, my master is in seclusion and cannot receive guests. This is unexpected. I heard that the Wuji Sect suffered heavy losses from an attack by evil cultivators. I hope the gifts I brought can help revitalize Wuji Sect. Moreover, just now when I came up the mountain, I happened to capture an undercover evil cultivator in Wuji Sect. Perhaps it can help the unsect leader resolve his doubts. What is the real reason for the attack on Wuji Sect?" At this moment I am filled with indignation. This person in my memory was my father's subordinate. How could he be an evil cultivator? Could it be that when my father was young he infiltrated the evil cult as a spy? It must be so. This person must have been subjugated by my father during his undercover period. There is only one truth. That is, my dad seduced the Sanas of the evil cult. Like my handsome father, he can be said to be the dream lover of countless girls while infiltrating the evil cult as an undercover agent to steal secrets. His identity was discovered by the scientists of the evil cult during a fight and his mask accidentally fell off. Attracted by my dad's charming face at first sight, they fell in love. Forget about the rules and identities. My handsome father took advantage of the situation and successfully pursued the saints of the evil cult. Afterward the two of them wandered the world together. Yes, it must be like this. How dare they beat up my people like this? It's unforgivable. I'll find an opportunity to teach them a lesson. At this moment the princess of the Great Zhou noticed me. Is this the Sep leader of Wuji Sec? So small, can you even sit in that Sep leader's seat? You big sister are so annoying. The royal advisor said, this is our country's princess Huang Yu. Yen Xuan was greatly surprised. It's actually you. Where it seems that Yen Xuan has some relationship with this princess, only to see Princess Huang Yu embrace me tightly, and my two little fans behind me looked at me with admiration. The young SEC leader is amazing. Then the royal advisor announced the gifts brought by the Great Zhou royal family: 10,000 taels of gold and 10,000 bolts of silk, all kinds of exotic stones, 333 pieces, 5,000 top-grade sword weapons, another 100 Shin-grade techniques, 10 earth-grade techniques, all kinds of pills, a total of 333 bottles. This gift is clearly helping Wuji Sect rebuild its section. These things that were sent over, we can easily establish a top-notch sect with them. The elders looked at so many valuable gifts. Their hearts were already blooming with joy. Look at you with no ambition, just with these meter gifts you kneel. They are all just trash, completely useless meter gifts. How dare you speak like that, little guy? Then Xin Yuan Quan Su expressed his intention. He took out a hero invitation from his sleeve. Yun Swan said, so this is the purpose of your visit today? I asked in Swan what this hero invitation was. That's not just any hero invitation, it's a hastened death talisman. In the depths of a great show royal family's underground lies an ancient tomb. For years the great show has invited top cultivators from all over the world to explore it together, but all these people have disappeared without a trace, and my senior brother is one of the victims. So they wanted to set me up. So I said to the Lord, then I refuse on behalf of my master. Then I asked Elder Chen to take the Lord's men away and ask them to return all the gifts, but this arrogant princess actually said, I don't know what's good for me. Even Xin Yuan Kuang Su doesn't take me seriously. It's really irritating. Then the great show national teacher taunted, correct Yun Shan, why do you worry about other people's matters? Furthermore, what if your senior brother is just addicted to the tomb and does not want to return? Hero invitation widely invited the world's heroes. Unfortunately there is Nelly and Sean. Do you know why? Because you don't deserve it. I have to say, this old man is really asking for trouble. Yun Swan was so angry that he exploded on the spot. You old bastard, today watch me teach you a lesson. In the next second he'll directly press the old man to the ground and rub him against it. It seems that our grievances will be resolved today, the shameless old man shouted. Yin Shan, it seems that you still haven't let go of what happened back then. Yun Swan looked angry and said, let go. Back then I broke the heavenly gate with one sword and was about to ascend, but you attacked me when I was not prepared, costing me my chance of ascending. Blocking my path to ascension is the same as killing my parents. How can I forget? How can I let go? The battle between the two of them was intense. The arrogant princess asked the king, I didn't expect the national teacher to have done such a bad thing. Back then the national team teacher was chased by Ian Swan for 20 years. Before finally seeking refuge with us, I quickly told elder son to put away the rain. Elder son looked confused. Young master, wasn't I supposed to return it just now? I told him that if there's a chance to gain an advantage without any cost, we shouldn't miss it. Although these things are of no use to me, they are still very useful to the sect. When I saw their battle, I suddenly thought of a mischievous idea, so I held Shinger's hand and ran over. The old man tried to dodge while explaining that ascending was a complete scam, and that he was actually trying to save him at that time. How could Ian Swan believe such nonsense? I saw Zora getting stronger and stronger. It seems that today we must come to a decisive battle. The old man looked at Xin Yuan Kuang Su, eyed him and had no intention of making a move, so he stopped holding back as well. Since you are so stubborn, then I won't be polite either. I saw the collision of two energies and their battle even showed signs of triggering tribulation. Xin Yuan Kuan Su said to you, you have to watch carefully now. The duel between powerhouses crossing tribulation is not common. I saw the two of them preparing for a big battle, but I didn't expect the next battle between them to be like children playing house. The arrogant princess on the side was completely confused. Is this what battles between powerhouses crossing tribulation look like? The two of them only realized now that something had happened. What happened to my wave? When Ian Swan noticed me and Shinger behind him, he finally realized what was going on. I knew it was Definitely this kid's doing. I saw me taking on the role of a cheering crowd on the side cheering for you, and Swan looked embarrassed. Now it's difficult to get off the tiger. I'm really unwilling to show weakness in front of this guy. I was too careless today. I forgot that I was tricked by this kid just now. Not only did I cheer for you and Swan, I even cheered for the old man. I didn't offend either side. Both of them cheer on today. All the damaged items in the venue were paid for by my Wuji Sect. Just at this moment I was suddenly pulled up by the arrogant princess. So it was you, little brat, who was instigating behind the scenes. Come clean, what are you up to? I said with a face full of grievances. Big sister, you're so fierce. I'm scared. Jiang Zizhi, you're a troublemaker. It's all because of you. At this moment Shirna ran over. What are you trying to do? Let go of a young master. But the arrogant princess actually slapped Xing'er away with a single palm. At that moment I erupted in anger. How dare you lay a hand on my Xing'er, even if you're a princess? So what? At this moment everyone's eyes turned towards me. It seems that the royal family really doesn't regard my master highly. Shi and Yuan Kuang-su quickly came out to mediate and asked me to put away my magical powers first, but the arrogant princess showed no signs of remorse. Is it not just me injuring a maid? Can I just pay her back with some pills later? We brought so many precious treasures full of sincerity instead of being grateful. How can you guys still remain so arrogant? I looked indifferent and said, sincerity? Ho ho, did you think I wouldn't know about the dirty things you guys have done below the mountains? If my master doesn't listen to you, are you planning to threaten him with his spirit flower and axe? The old man in Xi and Yuan Kuang-su were shocked. How did he know? Shi and Yuan Kuang-su quickly explained, but the arrogant princess kept slapping his face, and even planned to use it as leverage. I told the arrogant princess, if you dare today will be your burial place.